The online order that turned my house into a crime scene investigation. There were 4 police officers standing in my living room, a man in a full hazmat suit taking photos of my couch, and a detective asking me very calmly what I do for a living. And the entire reason any of this was happening was a $12 candle. I want to walk you through exactly how a normal Tuesday afternoon turned into this, because if I had known what was sitting inside that cardboard box, I never would have opened it. Standing in my kitchen in pajama pants, holding a kitchen knife up to the light like I was appraising it for a museum. It started 2 weeks earlier. I was redoing my living room and found a seller online with a home bundle deal, a candle, a little ceramic tray, and a throw blanket, all for under $15. Red flag number 1, obviously, but I have ignored louder red flags than that for a discount. The box showed up a little later than expected, which, fine, normal. What was not normal was how heavy it was. A candle and a blanket should not weigh what this box weighed. It felt like someone had packed a brick in there as a joke. So I cut it open at the kitchen counter, and on top, exactly as advertised, was the candle. Fine, normal, smelled like vanilla, looked cheap, no complaints. Underneath that was the blanket, also fine. And then underneath the blanket was a second vacuum-sealed bag that absolutely was not part of any bundle I ordered. Inside that bag was a kitchen knife with a dark reddish stain crusted along the blade, a balled-up rag, stiff, with the same color stain soaked through it, and a laminated ID badge with a stranger's face on it, a name that had been scratched out with a marker, and a set of handwritten coordinates on the back. I want you to sit with that for a second, because I had to. Now, here is where I made the first mistake of the day. Instead of immediately calling anyone official, I did what I assume most people would actually do, which is pick the knife up with 2 fingers like a raccoon investigating roadkill and hold it up to the kitchen window to get a better look at the stain. Because I needed to know, is this paint? Is this rust? Or is this something I am now legally obligated to report? While I was doing this very normal, very innocent forensic examination in my own kitchen, my neighbor across the street was watching the entire thing through her window. She did not see a confused guy trying to identify a stain. She saw a man holding a bloody knife up to the light, alone in the middle of the day next to an open box. So she called the police. Reasonable, honestly, I would have too. 12 minutes later, and I know it was 12 minutes because I will never forget that number for the rest of my life, there were 2 patrol cars outside my house. This is the part where I need you to comment below, because I genuinely want to know, if you opened a box and found this, would you have called it in yourself before your neighbor beat you to it, or would you have also picked the knife up first and asked questions? Never. The officers were polite, I'll give them that. They asked if they could come in and look at the item in question, which is a very calm way of describing what was happening. I said yes, mostly because saying no felt like it would not help my case at all. That's when it stopped being 2 officers and started being an entire afternoon. One of them photographed the knife. Another bagged the rag using gloves he pulled out of a kit that lived permanently in his car, which tells you everything about how often this happens to other people. A third one started asking me questions in that specific tone they use when they already believe you, but still have to ask anyway. Where did the package come from? Do I know the seller? Have I had any disputes with anyone recently? Do I live alone? And somewhere in the middle of question 4, a van pulled up outside and a man got out wearing a full hazmat suit. At this point, my neighborhood group chat, which is usually just people complaining about parking, had fully shifted into live coverage of my house. Someone had posted a photo of the patrol cars with the caption, "Does anyone know what's happening at the candle guy's place?" I did not know I was the candle guy until that exact moment, and somehow that detail bothered me more than anything else that day. The hazmat guy swabbed the knife. He swabbed the rag. He took my couch cushion for some reason I still do not fully understand. Possibly just to look thorough. Possibly because he genuinely thought it mattered. At one point, I looked outside and there was a teenager from 2 houses down filming my porch on his phone, presumably for content, which means somewhere out there is a video of the worst day of my life being used to farm views for somebody else's channel. The irony of that is not lost on me. So here's the part where this stops being terrifying and starts being genuinely the dumbest thing I have ever lived through. The lab results, which took about 40 minutes, because apparently local labs can move fast. When 4 officers are standing around waiting, came back. The blood was theatrical stage paint, the kind used in haunted houses and amateur films because it stays tacky and dark for a long time without drying the way real blood does. The knife was a rubber stage prop with a retractable blade, the same kind escape rooms and murder mystery dinner parties use for exactly one purpose, which is convincing regular people they are looking at a crime. The ID badge wasn't real either. It was a prop badge from a murder mystery night kit, the kind you buy online where everyone gets a fake character and a fake clue and spends the evening accusing their aunt of murder over dessert. What had actually happened, according to the seller, once the police tracked them down, is that this third-party seller fulfilled orders out of one shared warehouse and a return from a completely different customer, someone who had bought and returned an entire murder mystery party kit, got shoved into the same bin as my candle bundle by mistake. My home decor package got packed by someone grabbing the wrong stack of returned merchandise, and that's it. That's the whole crime. A warehouse mix-up between candles and crime scene party props. No victim, no suspect, no actual crime scene. Just me, my couch missing a cushion, a 40-minute police investigation, and a neighborhood that now refers to me exclusively as the candle guy. The seller's only response, by the way, was offering me a $5 refund and a coupon code for my next order. I did not use the coupon code. So here's what I actually want to know from you, because I think about this more than I should. If you opened a box expecting a candle and found a fake bloody knife and a stranger's ID inside it, be honest, would you have called the police yourself right away? Or would you have done exactly what I did and picked the knife up first to investigate before anyone official got involved? Tell me in the comments, because I need to know I'm not the only one who would have made that mistake. If stories like this are your version of background noise, the kind of stuff that makes absolutely no sense but somehow happened to a completely normal person, go ahead and subscribe, because that is the entire point of this channel and there are a lot more of these coming.